to hear I'm known as 978 customs create, plus I rhyme great.
YouTube, welcome back to another 978 custom video, and right now we have MJ from the Venomverse Mary Jane Watson, Venomized for the Venomverse, and not to be confused with the other Mary Jane Venom with the pink hair. This is a different Mary Jane. I think this is one of the first Mary Jane Venoms we've seen, actually. And then after this, they redid it specifically for the Venomverse, and that is her new design. It's all black and white. Reading the issue, this is the first time I've seen it personally, and there's not too much to her that I know of. Not in the Venomverse anyway, so I don't know too much of her origin or how she became Venom. I'm going to assume that she got pulled in by Captain America to help join the rest of the squad. I don't know. If you guys know anything about her origin, feel free to comment down below. What I do like about her, though, is her design. The spider logo is on the lower torso, more on her belly than it is on her torso, where most spider heroes, the logo's on the torso, on the upper chest. And I think this is pretty cool because it's a little different. It's just positioned differently, and it stands out, honestly. And in a way, I think the jagged legs remind me also of Agent Venom, but we'll compare them both in a little bit. The backside is the same thing. The only difference is I did not add the two lines that go up top. It would have been covered by her hair anyway. And in a way, I do like the way the legs just, or the spider emblem, is positioned on her backside, on her lower back, on her tramp stamp, if that's okay to say. Getting a closer look, all I did was just sculpt over the face a little bit and in between the hairs. I wanted to sculpt more hair over the other eye, but I didn't want to cover her eyes. So I left the head the way it was, just mainly working around it. And I left the mouth open to resemble the comic picture. Here's a side shot. That little gap right there over her right eye is where I was going to cover it with hair. An extra pair of hands, in case you don't want the symbiotic web hands. We have these gun holding hands or trigger finger hands that originally were from Black Widow from the vintage wave. See, these hands were from Eel, just repainted. But this figure does move like your average Marvel Legends. If you want to go through the articulation really quick, we can. Just like your standard Marvel Legend, you get the same points of articulation, nothing extra. But your head does go left, and it does go right. It will go up and down from the swivel. Your arm goes up as well. This hair looks like it's in the way, but it's not. Your arm doesn't go up that much. It does rotate around. You get that single jointed elbow, and it swivels there as well. You get the hinge at the wrist and the swivel at the wrist. This came out. Had to modify this eel hand in order for it to fit. Just sanded around the peg. Pretty basic. But your crunch does go up. It does spin. So you are free there. You shouldn't worry about too much chipping away at that white. And you get this thigh split. Your leg goes up about that far. And it's painted all the way in the back as well, all the way up to the back of the thigh. And I try to line it up as best as possible. I'm sure the more you push it up, the further away it lines up. But it does line up for the most part. And you do get this thigh swivel. You can still swivel. It will cut away at the design, but it works. Double jointed knees, hooray. Get an ankle joint and a ankle pivot. Pretty standard. That's one of the reasons why I kind of dislike female action figures, because of their lack of articulation. I know I hear the company say that it's the diaphragm joint looks better for females and the ab crunch will take away from the aesthetic look. I don't believe that personally. I mean, I understand what they're saying, but I don't think that an ab crunch will take away from a female's look, and neither will double jointed elbows. For me, I just think it's a part and money issue. But anyway, if you want to see her compared to another spider from the Venomverse, let's check that out. Agent Venom alongside Mary Jane from the Venomverse. And this is an Agent Venom custom I'm working on, more of a part swap as well as a custom. You guys seen I was working on the Black Panther, how I took the pink lines off of him, and I just swapped some parts off with the old Agent Venom. I can talk about that afterwards. But they do look pretty good, and their designs look similar because the legs look kind of lightning boltish. So they do look good in the lineup. If you have Wolverine or Black Panther already, they would definitely complement them alongside the Spider-Man. What you would have to do to make your Spider-Man match would just be spray him down, mat him down with some Krylon matte spray, and he'll match the customs out. Because otherwise it'd be a little too glossy when it comes from the factory. I like the matted look opposed to the more gloss or semi-gloss look, especially when it comes to symbiotes or black symbiotes at that, because some symbiotes should have a gloss look. I do like that idea, or gloss and a matte combined. But I am going to make everyone from the Venomverse. You guys let me know who you want to see next. There are only a few left. I think there's Doctor Strange. There's still Venom. There's still Spider-Man. I feel like doing another Spider-Man a little bigger than this one, and a Venom a little bit bigger than the Venom we have. But let me know who you want to see next from the Venomverse. I'd be happy to make it happen. Rocket Raccoon, I might do him next as a matter of fact, so never mind. I got my choice. Unless you want to see somebody else. Is there anyone better than Rocket Raccoon? In a way, I still want to make a Poison Spider-Man, because the one that we saw the sneak peek of, I'm feeling like 50-50 with it. I guess I can't really judge it until I get it in my hand. For example, like this pork rind. A lot of people might think that this is either 1, too small for pork rind, or 2, it just doesn't fit his body stature from what he was depicted in the comic. For me personally, I like it. In my hand, it feels great. It feels cool to pose something this small around. It felt better, honestly, for Spider-Ham and the Spider-Monkey that I made, the combo I made way a while back. But even for pork rind, I think it just feels good. But I don't know. I think from a kid's perspective, like if I was 12 and under, I would love to have this figure in my hand, because it's just pretty cool. I can keep it in my pocket and something I can carry around and pretty much play with all the time. Comparing him to the 6-inch Spider-Man and then the Spider-Girl, you can see that he is pretty small. If you want to make yourself a Venomverse Mary Jane, all you need is a Black Widow from the Vintage Wave and some eel hands and a little bit of sculpt for the eye work, and you'll be alright. If you want to see some work in progress shots, we can do that really quick. Started off with the head sculpted around the eyes and left the snout open, or the nose and the mouth. Again, I wanted to sculpt hair right at that gap just to make it look like bangs. But I didn't, because then it would look like I'm covering both eyes. So I left it that way and then painted it. Took a better picture to see what it looked like, and I was kind of happy with it. These are the 3 I've done so far: Black Panther, Mary Jane, and Logan. I may do Rocket Raccoon, but let me know who you want to see next. YouTube, I appreciate the love. If you like this video and you want to see more Spider-Man and Venomverse customs, feel free to like, comment down below. Again, let me know which one you want to see. And thanks for showing me love. Feel free to subscribe. See you on the next one, y'all.